Hi, this is Chris Lavin. I'm here at Polished Concrete University. We're here in Pompano Beach, Florida. We have this is our main class now. And we have Alejandro Luna here from HP Spartacoat with us. And we have a unique opportunity here to be doing a 1,500 square foot epoxy polyaspartic combination floor with metallics on it. So I just wanted to introduce everybody here. We can pan out to the Polished Concrete University students here. You guys want to tell everybody how great the class was? Rocked. Fantastic. Awesome. Great. Thank you for your enthusiasm. But anyways, so far what we've done here, we've ground the floor. The floor has been ground with our Mammoth machine. We used a 16 grit metal bond diamond. This was an old, they either stored a lot of chemicals in here or used a lot of oils and lubricants. And this is a contaminated floor that we ran into, okay? So what we've done is we've put down a clear epoxy fast cure down here yesterday, which fish-eyed, so we see that the floor is contaminated. And we cut that with 10% xylene. And we're gonna be doing a metallic floor system here, and then tell them about your product and what we're gonna be doing with your product today.
So time is of the essence today. We wanna put down some metallic, but we need to get a black base coat down. So we're gonna be using our Spartaflex pigment-based black solvent-borne. It's gonna dry in about an hour, so we're gonna spread out a black pigment base, have some lunch, and get ready to put down some metallic. Great opportunity to see the combination of different resin formulations, polyaspartic and epoxy.
Yeah, so we're gonna have some fun today. Make sure you guys keep tuned to the station. Always go to our Facebook page and enjoy the show. The material that we're gonna be applying right here is the HP Spartacoat Flex SB. SB stands for solvent borne, okay? And we're gonna be putting in a charcoal gray pigment that's gonna be going mixed into this. All these products come to you clear, and these cure very fast. That's what we're using today. This is going to cure in 1 hour, so we can put our metallic coat system down today.
So what I want to do is I want to start with 2 gallons, and then I want you to feed me a gallon at a time. 2? That's why I keep getting fresh material with each.
Half a gallon of each.
Yeah. Correct.
How much island are we cutting this with?
So the first one, the 2 gallon kit's gonna get 24.
Alright, 24 right there.
That's a B, right? So the first batch is gonna have 24 of xylene. And then going forward, we're mixing gallons at a time, so then it's gonna have the 12. Okay, so guys, it's pretty hot out. There's no AC in here, so what I wanna do is I wanna extend the work time. So we're gonna cut it with 10% xylene. Our initial start, we're gonna do a 2 gallon kit, but then we're gonna start feeding in a gallon at a time to keep a wet edge because we don't want that material to dry on us. The initial spread's gonna saturate our rollers and get us started and start the rhythm. So I wanna have a good amount of material, then we're gonna start feeding in a gallon at a time. Okay, so the first mix, 2 gallons, so we're gonna have 24 ounces of xylene, and then the next batches we're only gonna have 12. So that's gonna retard the material for us a little bit, thin it out, and accommodate this cold air that we have here today. Okay.
Michael.
Grab some orange, no more quantities.
I'm going to be using our squeegee broom, the 36 inch. I'm a bigger fan of the pull method, but I can rotate it to where it's a push or a pull. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be spreading the material at a 36 inch width, and then we're going to back roll. Okay, you notice I have extra guys on spikes because they're going to be cutting in our edges. And then we're gonna have Robert on our mixing station. He's the most critical guy in our system. Okay, he's gonna keep feeding us fresh material. Yeah, pour a little bit in there so you can cut around his edges. Okay, go pour me a ribbon all the way across, Robert.
now normally take your epoxy kit, put your color into that, whatever color is going to be close to your metallic. So for instance, in this case, we did a medium gray. In the 2-part A kit, we mixed 2 color packs, okay? 16 ounces per gallon. Those color packs, then we mix together with the B, we put that on our floor. So we have a base coat. So right now we have primer and a base coat. Everybody understand that? It was a little confusing, right? You all understand what we did? Okay. So what we're gonna do now, taking the same epoxy kit, we're gonna take 2 parts A, 1 part B, and this time we're gonna mix our color, which is gonna be silver metallic. We're gonna mix up another color pack, which is orange metallic, and we're gonna enrope those together real gently. We're gonna mix those, so we're gonna get an effect on the ground that has silver and orange metallic mixed together, all right? So everybody understands what we're gonna do, what we're gonna try to achieve. We're gonna apply that with a squeegee. So you can use a roller. Alejandro showed you guys that you can use a roller, but when you're working with epoxy, again, water and epoxy don't mix, and air and epoxy don't work well together either. So we're trying to avoid air bubbles in the epoxy system. So we're going to use a squeegee to lay down our product, and then we're gonna use a magic trowel to help create some effects in the epoxy, all right? And by using those 2 products, again, those 2 tools, we're not gonna get any air into our product, okay? If you need to, if you feel comfortable, whatever, you can use a roller. If you're using a roller, you need to make sure it's saturated with your epoxy, okay? And you need to back roll it after you've used squeegee. The product self-levels, right? So when you put it down on the floor, you see a beautiful, you know, a metallic effect on the floor. And if you come back in a half hour, it's gonna change, it's moving, it's gonna follow your floor, it's gonna self-level. So it's kind of disappear, it's gonna change shape. 3 hours later, it's gonna look a little bit different than it did when you first started, okay? If you roll, you're gonna create an effect. You're gonna create, if you're using a roll, you're gonna create an effect, and it's gonna look real nice. You may end up with some air bubbles if you start rolling, and as you roll, you hear that little tacking sound, and you see those little webs coming off. Really what's happening is your product is drying up, your roller's not saturated, and you're pulling air into the product. So we're gonna try to avoid that by not using a roller today.
And we're, okay, pouring this floor also at 30 feet per gallon.
Much thicker, very thick,
right?
Correct. So we wanna make sure that, you know, we have 1,500 square feet here. We're gonna have 16 kits on hand. We have all our products. Right now the guys are inside separating everything. So we've got our kits of our gallons of A and our gallons of B. You always want to make sure whoever's doing the mixing is the most important part of the operation, because once you mix the chemicals, there's no indication of whether it's right or wrong. You just really don't know until the next day when you come back and it's not dry, okay? If it's not dry, you need to scrape that up, grind it off, chisel it out, whatever you need to do to get it off, and you need to redo your floor. So mixing is really critical, all right? You gotta make sure that you trust whoever's doing it. We've already decided how we're gonna put this down. We're putting down a majority of metallic silver, and we're gonna add into it the orange. So the way we're gonna do that, the way their guys are gonna mix it is, they're gonna take the component A, get the volume correct, they're gonna take the silver color, they're gonna add that into the A and mix it thoroughly, right? So at that point, you have a nice mix. No chemical reaction has started yet because we didn't add the B component. We're gonna do the same thing with the orange. Mix up the A, put in the orange, we're gonna get those ready so that when we're ready to add the B, our clock starts ticking. Now you gotta get that product out onto the floor, out of your bucket, and start to spread it, because it's going to start to set up if you leave it in the bucket, okay? It'll give you longer working time if you get it out on the floor. You'll have more time to spread it, more time to manipulate it, so you get your coverage right.
This product has 40-minute pot life.
Right.
So the maximum time you can leave it in the pot, part A, part B, is 40 minutes before it'll completely harden on you, okay? So you wanna make sure, like you said, after you mix it up, you wanna get it on the floor right away, which will give you a lot more working time with the product.
When you get it on the floor, you're gonna see we're gonna mix it out on the floor. We're gonna take and we're gonna squeegee it out. We're gonna get our thickness correct, right? And then we're gonna take our magic trowel and we're gonna run our magic trowel over the top of it. We're gonna kind of blend it and create some effects on the floor with the magic trowel. Magic trowel is much lighter and it does a real nice job of effects on the floor.
The other big thing, excuse me, on the epoxies is when you're mixing this product, even though we're mixing a lot of gallons, we don't really want to exceed 3 gallons in a 5-gallon pail, okay? Because that's going to set the product off faster also, okay? So always remember, you don't fill up a 5-gallon pail all the way with 5 gallons of coating. 3 gallons is the maximum what you want to put in a 5-gallon bucket.
So 1 kit per bucket. So 1 kit, 3 gallons, 1 kit per bucket, okay? So far, everybody following along? Cool. So one of the things we talked about before, we were talking about safety, and since we have a minute till they get ready, I just wanted to point out, I have a bag which I carry around with me. I have my safety stuff in here. So you guys could do something, you know, similar. You have a hard hat, you know, you go to the job site, whatever it may be, you have a vest, right? We talked about masks, right? We want to protect ourselves. So whether or not you're grinding the floor, you want to protect yourself from dust. Cement dust is really harsh, okay? It's as bad as asbestos, quite frankly. So you want to make sure you get yourself a good mask. There's filters for the masks, and these are the ones I was telling everybody about before. So this is called a HEPA filter, all right? It's not the same as the dust mask you were wearing before. This traps much smaller particles of dust, okay? It's going to keep you healthier. And it's only going to keep you healthier if you actually wear it, right? So these filters are very simple. They screw on. These are the disposable part of this system. After you've been grinding a floor and you've got, you know, covered yourself in dust, this is something you could throw away, buy a new one. You keep the mask. You could clean the mask, you wash it, whatever. This filter is for dust only. The other filter that I have and that you could get incorporates the dust part, the purple, okay? That's an industry standard color, by the way, for indication of HEPA. P100 is a HEPA filter. Then the second part, this yellow part, sometimes it comes yellow, magenta, it could come green, it could come black, but that indicates what chemicals it will filter out, what kind of filtration you're getting in addition to particulate. So the purple side is particulate, that's the dust, and then this is the chemical side. And for instance, this has chlorine gas, hydrochlorine, organic vapors. So this is the filter that we're gonna put on when we're working with chemicals. You can use it if you're grinding the floor, it's just bigger and a little bit heavier, right? Also, this one costs about 5 times as much as this one, okay? So I would recommend if you're grinding, use this one, change it out, use this one for chemicals, right? So this is something that you want to look into, invest in. It's, you know, altogether is probably 50 bucks, but you reuse it, you know, a long time and you'll be safe. All right. Again, you know, you have some wipes because you want to keep these masks clean. So just have some antiseptic wipes. I'm the only one who uses that, but again, it's sitting on the floor, it's on a machine, it's dusty, whatever. Wipe it down and just keep yourself safe. Okay. I've got a first aid kit in here. I've got my hearing protection. Again, you guys are grinding all day long. It doesn't seem like it really bothers you today, but you know, if you're around loud equipment for a long period of time, you'll be happy when you're 50, 60 years old, 70 years old that you still have some hearing left, unless you're married.
What did you say, Robert?
What? So, all right, so that's it. So get yourself a little bag, little box, whatever. Again, you've got a grinding pouch, right, where you have all your hand tools. You've got a pouch for your stencils, right, when you're doing your logos. You can have a pouch now for your safety stuff too. So all these things work together real well. The stuff settles to the bottom. You have to hold that out of there and mix well in your part.
enjoyed the video that you've watched here today. I hope you've learned a lot from it. I'm just going to take you through the processes here again real quick, okay? We prep the entire floor with a 16 grit metal bond diamond, okay? After we do that, we patch all the joints, any little divot holes with our Theofix material mixed with the epoxy. We trowel it out and skim coat it, okay? We then grind down any areas that may be above the surface, okay? Because you want to have a completely smooth, flat surface that you're going to be applying the product to. We then came on with an HP Spartacoat primer, and we did a 10% xylene into that to dilute it and give us a little bit more pot life of about 5 minutes. We rolled that out. After we did that, we came back in the afternoon, on this very hot afternoon in South Florida, and we did our silver metallic. We applied the silver metallic and came back and put the orange metallic broadcast into it, and we manipulated it with the, as you can tell, we manipulated the orange with our magic trowels. And we applied this whole product with the squeegee and the magic trowels. And we got a beautiful surface floor here. Anyways, we applied this primer coat at approximately 150 square feet per gallon. We did our metallics at 30 square feet per gallon. And then we put a top coat on at the very end, which was the polyaspartic top coat, which we used as resin broom. And that applied, I believe we used 4 gallons for the, a little bit over probably 1,300 square feet. So we got about 350 square feet per gallon for that. What we're gonna do after this video, which you wanna tune into one of our next videos, is we're gonna be showing you our silver glimmer floor and our orange glimmer floor. That's gonna be done with the use of polyaspartic as our primer. Then we're gonna come back again at 30 square feet per gallon, putting the orange glitter at 2 pounds per gallon, 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds, we'll give you full coverage. So watch that. If you have questions, dial the phone number down below. If you have interest in this floor and you want us to come do the floor for you, we travel, we go all over the world and we do these floors. Or if you want to buy the material from us and have us, guide you through the installation of it, it's not always the best way to do a floor. It's always best to have a professional do it, but if you'd like to be a do-it-yourselfer, give us a call down below. We'll price out the product for you. But you're sure to wow any person that walks on top of your floor, because these are wow floors. As you can tell, we get a lot of views on these videos. People love these floors, and this is the floor of the future. It's a seamless floor that's going to hold up for a very long time. It's not going to delaminate because we've prepped the floor properly. Remember, putting down coatings, prep is key. Prep is king. Anyways, thanks again. Join us on Facebook. You can Facebook me directly at Christopher Lavin, or you can go onto our page, our Facebook page at Xtreme Polishing Systems. Catch us through Genieland. If you want to attend Polished Concrete University, check out polishedconcreteuniversity.com. And you can come down here for a whole week. Day number 5 is always our epoxy day. That's when you learn a lot about epoxies. You learn how to do vinyl broadcast floors, you learn how to do quartz broadcast floors, you learn how to do the metallic floors. So anyways, thanks a lot for watching and supporting the YouTube channel, and I hope you have a great day.